All right. Well, thank you. Welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name is Lucian Zaborowski. I am the Associate Head of Marketing here at Creatio. And today I will be your host for this fantastic webinar that we have, of which the title is How Are Companies of All Sizes Utilizing Low-Code CRM to Unify Sales, Marketing, and Service? Real-world use cases. As the title suggests, we're going to really focus on this concept of low code and low code CRM. And we're going to really try to focus a lot on real applications and how companies in Europe and specifically in the Netherlands region are using low code CRM to scale these functions and unify them. So we're very excited to have you with us. And we have a fantastic agenda for you. So this is really about us introducing the fantastic speakers that we have, which I will just talk about in just a minute, and they will introduce themselves. We will talk about the general concept of digital transformation and why now especially is the time to keep up with it and the changes that are happening in the market overall. We will talk about low-code CRM and why it is and can potentially be a solution and a help to lots of businesses during this time and beyond, and how it can enable businesses to scale digital transformation and accelerate it at the same time. And then we're gonna focus on the fantastic success cases that we have of Dutch companies, and we're gonna have our fantastic partners Webrix discuss those and present those to us. We're gonna talk about the Creatio local platform and just give you an overview of it. And then we're gonna go into a Q&A. So the Q&A itself, we will take your questions in the chat. So please do put those in there throughout the next 50 minutes or so, and we will try to answer all of them at the end. And if we can get to your questions, we'll be sure to write them down and respond to you via email. This session is also recorded, so if you cannot stay with us for the whole session, we will also be sure to share it with you over email afterwards. So without further ado, let me proceed to the introductions of our fantastic speakers, starting with Davy Damien from our fantastic partner in the Dutch region, Webrix. Davy, tell us a little bit about yourself and Webrix.
Thank you, Lucian. And hello, everyone. It's great to have you all here today. So as Lucian already said, my name is David Dame, currently 41 years old, and I have been working with CRM software for about 18 years now, so time is flying. And although I've worked with other CRM systems before, like Microsoft Dynamics, Salesforce, eDeal, and even Goldmine, for those who remember, we currently only focus on Creatio to give our customers the best solution for their business. Then a bit about Webrix. Webrix is a partner since 2017, not too long yet, based in the Netherlands and operating internationally. So we do all development in-house. So we develop all integrations and custom software for our customers and other Creatio partners as well. Although we have done hundreds of CRM projects in our 18 years, for Creatio, we're currently working on our 16th project. So that's a bit about me and Webrix, but I'm not alone here today. So let's get to know the rest.
Thanks, Davey, for passing me the baton. Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Petronenko. I'm the product evangelist here at Creatio. For those who don't know me, I've been with Creatio for quite some time, and I really love our product and speaking to the benefits that low-code technologies can bring to organizations across different industries, and of course, how a low-code powered CRM can as well bring the unification of marketing, sales, and service to the organizations. And for those who are not very well familiar with Creatio, Creatio is a global organization, truly with 5 offices around the globe. We have more than 650 employees, out of which more than half are actually dedicated to research and development, which really stands for how dedicated are we to the development of our products and our platform and the vision behind Creatio. But what we are also quite proud of is every single of our 700 plus partners that help us reach out to more than 110 countries globally. So truly, great recognition from the both user standpoint, from the partner recognition, and as well supported by amazing recognition by key industry analysts such as Gartner and Forrester that have included us in 5 and 7 of their reports respectively over the years that we've been on the market. But now let's talk a little bit more about the need of organizations of actually keeping up with the digital transformation and what is standing behind it. And of course, every single conclusion is supported by the numbers, right? And if you look at some of the key findings that were performed by Accenture, Deloitte, Gartner, World Economic Forum, right, there is definitely a huge need in digital transformation of organizations that, of course, has to be supported by great technology, right? For instance, if we talk about the BDO research, around 68% of business executives say that digital investments led to increased revenues in the last 12 months, right? And World Economic Forum says that platform-driven interactions are expected to enable approximately 2/3 of $100 trillion value at stake from digitalization by 2025. So truly remarkable numbers, truly remarkable findings that should be supporting and should be bringing different executives to the understanding of the need in digital transformation. And of course, when the pandemic started quite recently, which feels like forever now, right? Of course, the organizations have been faced with great challenges in the way their organizations operated, right? In the way that they were engaging with their buyers, with their customers and consumers. And even though all of the leaders have been recognizing great challenges, right? And the way that this will be affecting their businesses, very few were actually able, and they confirmed that they were actually able to face those challenges. So for instance, only 21 of the respondents mentioned that they have the expertise, resources, and commitment to actually support the growth of their organizations in the new world that happen. And this really speaks to the fact that not always do organizations are ready from both strategy and technology support to face new challenges that are emerging. And we're pretty sure that moving forward, right, there are going to be more challenges. They're going to be creating more obstacles for the businesses to sustain their growth. But the idea here is that the continuous research by McKinsey & Company as well says that those companies that actually do invest in technologies, that do invest in strategies of quickly adapting to the markets, have actually been able to outgrow and outperform their competition. That really speaks to the fact that if you are supported as a business by great technology, you can quickly overcome these challenges. Perhaps not all of them, but those that are going to be technology related can be overcome a lot faster and easier, or at least their impact is not going to be as visible and sufficient as without them. So what is a low-code CRM and why do organizations need to invest into it? At this point, let's really talk about, first of all, how do we compare an out-of-the-box CRM, off-the-shelf products, and a low-code CRM? And there are different ways and different metrics and different areas of the comparison that we can look at as perspectives. But what we would like to focus here is really on the technology support of these products. Where if you think about it, when you look at an off-the-shelf CRM, it is a great product. It has some of those features and some of your business requirements are covered as a business. But extension of these requirements might be quite problematic, right? Because the delivery of the application is performed through manual coding and through lengthy development. They are quite limited usually on the configuration capabilities and are usually built towards a specific use case as an industry solution, for example, right? There are always higher costs for maintenance, higher costs and time-consuming integrations to deliver, right? And the lifecycle management of these off-the-shelf products is also usually quite slow and complex and requires multiple stages and phases of deployment. Whilst if you are actually then changing the focus towards the low-code CRM, you can see that we're actually going to be overcoming all of these challenges. The app delivery is performed through very simple visual drag and drop WYSIWYG style of configuration. The low-code applications that are focused on CRM are as well highly configurable through the low-code technology, and there are as well, and because of this, they can as well be easily supporting multiple different processes and industries in different use cases. Again, because of the low-code nature, they are easy to update and to maintain, and as well have a higher integration capability, since these limitations are usually not present in them. And of course, when you look at this from the monetary value, right, low-code CRM applications have a higher time to market, right, because the needs of the business and the customers, the end customers, are being addressed momentarily. There is a lower TCO and OPEX because there's very little cost related to IT department and IT support. And of course, they are a lot more flexible to adapt to the changing requirements of the customers. And in this case, we can consider the customer being as the end customer or the organization that is adopting low-code CRM, but also as an internal customer, the business customer within the organization. And of course, they are again quite contrary to the out-of-the-box CRM capability, right? With the same numbers being absolutely in reverse. Longer IT development cycles because of the less configurability of the platforms. There are more IT resources required as developers, as system administrators. And of course, because this longer cycle of development, the changes are being applied a lot slower, right? And they are not as flexible, not as adaptable. So how does usually the low-code CRMs improve the adoption of the organizations and of the users? First of all, because of the nature of the deployment and design of these applications, a business user, a citizen developer without IT knowledge or knowledge in software development can configure those use cases a lot faster by knowing what the business needs. By having this business insight into the requirements, they can then actually increase the data input, and as well by providing the self-serve technology to the end users, they would require less input from IT in delivering those, right? And of course, because the data model can be easily configured and because the data can be entered into the application, we have a better level of reporting on that data, right? And of course, in general, there's going to be a higher adoption rate because the user are going to be loving those applications since they can work within them without any limitation, without any problems. And a few slides ago, we mentioned about the flexibility of low-code applications and the fact that they can be adapting to many different industries and use cases. So if you think about it as different business units, low-code application platforms can cover many different areas, from classic marketing, sales and service, to human capital, to administration, IT, procurement, finance, and legal as well, right? And those business units can cover many different processes and tasks across all of those departments, right? And of course, the low-code application platforms in this case do support these needs with different areas of the functionality, workflow and business logic, business rules, and the flexible, adaptable user interfaces, quick and simple integrations that connect applications into a single unified environment, and of course, support of AI machine learning models, providing machine-generated insights into the business process and business flows of the users. And at this moment, I would like not just to mention the benefits of low-code through theory, right, but as well pass the floor back to Davey to talk about some real-life examples and success stories of customers that have achieved these results and great results by adoption of a low-code CRM. Davey?
I've prepared 3 project cases for today, all from different industries and from different needs to show what Creatio can do as a perfect low-code solution for every industry, I might say. So this first customer case is about the Bijenkorf, which translates to English as the beehive. The Bijenkorf started as a small supply store in 1870 and has now grown into the most successful high-end luxury department store in the Netherlands, with 7 flagship stores and currently 3 web shops, focusing on the Dutch, Belgium, and German market. As you can see, they have about 23 million visitors a year in their stores and over 16 million registered customers, of which we created a 360-degree profile in Creatio. So we use Creatio to store information such as the personal information, purchase history, transaction information, for example, the Bijenkorf credit card holders. Project challenges, of course, there's always a few challenges that make a project interesting. So one of the biggest challenges in this process was the data. To be able to create a single view of the customer, we had to gather, clean up, and update data from a different range of systems like in-store panels, transaction information from the store register, and also web shop data, warehouse databases, and other data sources. Now in doing so, we also need to make sure that all the other systems would be up to date, and therefore we had to create several web integration services to be able to maintain and keep data clean throughout the whole ecosystem. That means Creatio is handling all the data, is cleaning it up as much as possible with all the processes, and then making sure that every other platform they use is also up to date. And by doing this, this will all result into a quick and clean data migration and centralization. So some of the project highlights, that's the fun stuff. We've built a GPDR toolkit, which allows the Bijenkorf to anonymize personal information rather than deleting the information. This way, they do not lose any valuable marketing information. You will still have all your dashboards, all your information correctly. We've also created a real-time assignment of vouchers, gift cards, as well as voucher redemption across mobile apps, web shops, and all payment terminal in the Bijenkorf stores. This is all done directly from Creatio. And we also created an automatic deduplication function based on the source channel to keep the data as clean. You can imagine they have a lot of sources where data comes from. So in this automatic deduplication function, we said, okay, if the source is the web shop, it's less important with personal data than the credit card, etc. And that's the automatic deduplication based on. A bit of the customer media. So yes, we created a GPDR toolkit with a printable that made it super easy to just print out all the information related to the customers. And then they deserved first place in the national GPDR test, which is awesome. That's Bijenkorf. The next case I chose because it's very different from our adverse companies, and I love it personally. The company is called Stichting Uitgestelde Kinderfeestjes, which translates as Foundation Delayed Children Parties in English. So that is a real jawbreaker. What they do is they organize children's birthday parties, make sure they can invite friends from school, the neighborhood, and they all do this for families who are not capable of throwing a birthday party themselves. So it's a non-profit, and we introduced Creatio in 2018, and they then grew with 230% annually, and were able to service 536 requests and make 425 children very happy in 2020 so far. So the project needs they had is they obviously needed a system that would allow the company to build a complete customer profile and keep track of all its activities. They wanted a highly customizable tool capable of delivering solutions to support the organization's unique processes. The GPDR compliant was obviously very, very important to them, also because they're working with children. And they needed a user-friendly interface and easy navigation because they work a lot with volunteers who might just work there for a short period and they don't have a lot of time to get to know a different program. And to make this happen, it's a non-profit. All those people have a full-time job. Next to this, they needed a strong implementation and support from the vendor or partner to just keep this project going. So let's see. I think we went too far. Yes. So some of the solutions we created is we created a unified data ecosystem with a complete history of interactions of all the key stakeholders. That is including social workers, children's parents, care providers, donors, suppliers, etc. We also had to build a deduplication function, which focuses not only on duplicate information, but also looks at information of when the party was requested. So you can have a new request every year without the system immediately finding this a duplicate and denying your party request. We use data enrichment tools for the complete profile of a party requester, which makes sure we have all the correct information about the social workers, care providers, and their requests. Mostly an inventory management solution to keep track of all the party planning essentials. And we also created a tailor-made task management tool that includes a real-time schedule of available party locations and all the related party activities in a single user interface. And obviously, very important, we also create an integration with the website to streamline party request processing and leverage all the web tracking tools. So we use some low-code. We created customized guided workflows for the volunteers to manage the end-to-end party preparation process. Creatio will guide them through all the steps and make sure they see all the relevant information they need. An effective email communication solution allowing for a combination of automated and personalized email communication with the help of trigger emails and the library of customized email template, because all the communication internally, externally is handled by Creatio, and a lot of times just automatically. Create a lot of business rules for to automate party request verification based on preset parameters that would analyze the deadline and notify the requester automatically if the time frame is too short. For example, when a quick request is made too late and there will be no time to organize a party for the specific date, the system will automatically reject the request and send out an email with alternatives to the party requester. We have some advanced solutions for activity scheduling and automated email notifications about the request, status updates, changing of party details. So based on the stages, we will notify involved contacts internally and externally about the status of the party location information and the party arrangement. We also rapidly adjusted processes that reflect changes in the organization's activities due to COVID-19. As Richard already mentioned, a lot happened. COVID hit quickly, and for the sticking out static interfaces, this means that in just, I think it was under 4 hours, we've adjusted and created new processes and went from throwing children parties on site to sending out party boxes full of toys and fun stuff to use to have a party at home. A little fun statement from our customer. And then obviously we have another very interesting different case. And as you can see, all the cases are very different. And both the stichting, uitgestelde kinderfeestjes, as this one, the International Patient Center, are totally different from default functions that normal companies might use. So the IPC, International Patient Center, is the lead medical travel company in the Netherlands. So they offer full service support to international patients and referring physicians seeking consultation, second opinion, or medical treatment in the Netherlands. They do that by assisting patients, by giving them travel arrangement, scheduling residence, and giving them access to the Dutch healthcare providers. And to realize all this, they have partnered up with some well-known companies such as KLM, Schiphol, and the Erasmus Medical Hospital. They currently offer medical travel from over 80 countries, and took first place in the Euro Healthcare Consumer Index, second place in the Global Innovation Index of 2018. So a bit about their needs for this project. They needed a single view of patient requests, travels, and medical treatments. Of course, a website integration to manage online treatment and request forms, the ability to register treatment request medical assessments, and receive some estimates from the hospitals, the ability to register the whole patient journey, and the ability to register aftercare, medical hotels, transport, home care, medical supply delivery, etc. So the fun thing about this is we started Creatio when the company started as well. And what you see in this project is that the customer has an idea, this is what we want to store information, and together with Creatio and we as a partner, we come up with the best solutions for this company. So we realized a 360-degree treatment profile to keep track of all the detailed information, a complete interaction history with all the related information, a full patient's treatment history overview, activity management, including emails, call, task processing. They need some powerful dashboard to provide real-time information, insight, and data analysis, and customer reporting that has to be sent to the hospital every week. So we obviously, with Creatio, use a lot of low-code solutions. We use out-of-the-box low-code tools and powerful BMN and CRM capabilities to accelerate patient-related workflows. We also created custom workflows for the best practice business processes to ensure an optimal working environment. And that kind of means that the system will guide, again, the user through all the steps. So users don't have to think too much with Creatio, just follow the steps, get correct information, and you'll be fine. We created automation on schedule activities for care coordinators, sending reminders to enhance the workflow efficiency, and send information, updates, and reminders to patients as well. They also need an integration with the ERP to send quotes, invoices, and payment confirmation. So with ERP, will allow Creatio to give the correct information to ERP and then create an invoice, and ERP will return the information of invoice and payment information back to Creatio. So even the users that don't have access to ERP, and it goes for every industry, you always see the latest payment information.
Okay, thank you. And in this case, again, thanks for all of the great success stories and insights into what is achievable. And we would like to as well mention a few words and a few slides about who Creatio is and how do we support, what is the logo and essence of Creatio. And this is exactly how we believe that we are creating a world where any business idea can be automated in minutes. And we believe that this is the future of the business application creation, maintenance, and adoption to the ever-changing business realities. And at this point, I would like to open the floor for Q&A, and I'm always looking forward to seeing all of our participants on our future events. Follow us on YouTube, follow us through newsletters, and see you soon.